remember last week when I said I was sick? Well, turns out it's COVID. Last week, when I filmed that talking head, that was a Saturday morning when my throat initially started hurting. Sunday, when I got up, my throat was hurting much more. And I was convinced it was strep throat because I've had strep throat like 3 or 4 times and it f***ing sucks. It hurts so bad. It hurts when you eat, it hurts when you drink, and it hurts when you're just like swallowing saliva. All of those things were happening and I'm like, God damn it, I have strep. Mary made me an appointment at urgent care. I write down, I think I might have strep. They take me back, take my vitals, height, weight, blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, do you mind if we swab for flu and COVID as well as strep? And I'm like, yeah, sure, knock yourself out. So she does the nose swabs, she does the throat swab, and then she leaves for like 20 minutes because next door, there was a baby getting stitches and that thing was screaming its goddamn head off. When the PA finally came in, she has asked me a couple questions and then she was like, hey, so have you ever had COVID? And I was like, not that I know of. And she goes, well, you do now. And I was all, fantastic. And I won't lie, a little bit of fear washed over me because I do have asthma and I've had asthma since I was a small child. Aside from that, I don't have any other comorbidities, which is a term that everyone's learning because of all this, right? I'm not overweight, I don't have heart disease, diabetes, I don't smoke, blah, 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 all the other health issues that are bad when you have COVID. The asthma was the biggest thing I was worried about. And it turns out, not that bad. The biggest thing that was pissing me off was the sore throat. I don't know what it is. I hate having a sore throat. My lungs were fine. I didn't feel overly exhausted. I remember hearing stories of people getting up and going to the bathroom or just getting up from wherever they were sitting or laying and grabbing food or doing something and being completely out of breath. Like they were so out of breath, they thought they were gonna pass out. And I didn't experience any of that, thankfully. I think being a healthier individual definitely worked in my favor and I'm happy for that. I still have my sense of taste and smell. I've had great support. Mary's been taking great care of me. She's went out and got me soup and chili, the chili that I like, which is hard to find. It's called wolf chili. It's much better than Hormel, so go get it. And some Oreo little cake things because I love Oreos. But she's been taking very good care of me, making all my meals, and it's kind of funny. She's kind of a little bit treating me like I'm a leper because she's very cautious about not catching it. So I joke at her like I'm gonna come get her and stuff. She's been taking great care of me. Her dad hooked us up with a Roku, which is awesome. We don't pay for any streaming service besides Netflix. So that's all we have. We don't have regular TV, we don't have HBO, we don't have Hulu, Apple, Peacock, whatever. All we have is Netflix. He happened to have another Roku device laying around, so he gave it to us, and that's been a game changer. I've watched so much TV, which generally I wouldn't do and it would bother me a lot, but I knew that I needed to rest and not really try to be as productive as I like to be. So the TV was a great distraction, so thank you, Dad. And then Nick and Tracy are next door, and so Tracy has been playing around with some juicing recipes. So they brought me over a juice. The first day had celery and cucumbers and some other stuff, and that one was not great. And Tracy already knows that because she saw my face when I took a sip. And then she made us another batch of juice, which was carrots and something else, which was much more palatable because it was mostly sweet stuff and I like sweet stuff. So thanks to Nick and Tracy for giving me some healthy juice to drink. Calling in sick to work was pretty funny because 1, I don't call in sick unless there's been a death, and 2, my boss just laughed at me. So when I called him, he picked up the phone and he said, are you dead? No, I'm not dead, but you jinxed me because Friday he was saying that he's just looking forward to the day I come in on a Monday and he asks how my weekend was, and I tell him, all I did was sit around, watch TV, and I loved every second of it because I can't do that. I'm not that type of person. If I watch more than 2 hours of TV, I start getting really antsy or I get a headache or something and I need to go outside and I need to sweat and I need to be productive. That's just how I am. So he's been waiting for the day that I come into work to say that. So I told him he jinxed me and that all I've been doing is watching TV for the last 2 days. because I have COVID. And he laughed his fucking head off for like a few minutes, and even Mary heard it, and she was in the other room, and I didn't have him on speakerphone, but she could just hear him laughing. And so he was just like, okay. He's like, I'd be a little less jovial about it if this were 2 years ago and everyone was still freaking out about COVID. It's like, but you know, get better and then come back when you're better. I ended up taking the whole week off of work, much to his disappointment, because he's the only other person at work who knows how to do my job. So when I'm gone, he's got to do his job and my job. Was prescribed some pills from the doctor at the urgent care on Sunday. I took a dose that night, and then I took a dose the next morning. I think you're supposed to take 4 pills every 12 hours or something like that. Then Monday, after my second dose, Monday I felt like shit. I felt worse that day than I did the whole time I've been sick. And so I said, fuck that, I'm not taking those pills anymore. Medicine should help you feel better, not worse. So I stopped taking it. And I went back to the NyQuil and DayQuil and vitamins and drinking a lot of water and resting, and I feel fine. I haven't felt very tired or run down. I was still coughing up some phlegm, and I'll still cough when I come from a laying position or from standing to laying or sitting or whatever. But otherwise, my throat feels much better. I'm not tired. I don't feel lethargic or sick, you know how your body feels sick and just run down. Like, I don't feel any of that. I feel pretty good. So I'm ready to go back to work Monday, but that is why I have these. Mary went out and got a 5-pack of these tests, and we're gonna take one and see how it goes. So I kind of skimmed over the directions, and I'm no scientist. I failed physics and most of my science and math classes in high school, so this should be fun. So I need to peel that off. I need to open the swab, and then I need to dig my nose with it 5 times each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I need to dip it in this thing for 30 seconds. I probably should have started this before I started my talking head, because now I'm gonna have to stop the video when I could have done this in the beginning. Bloop, 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 almost 30 seconds. Okay. And then after the 30 seconds, I'm gonna squeeze the tube. Do that a couple times. Take that out. Put on this cap. Then I'm gonna need to put it in the S part of that. How many drops? 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4 booger drops. Let that sit for 15 minutes, and hopefully it comes back negative, in which case I will go back to work on Monday. And if it comes back positive, then I will take another test on Sunday and then go back to work Monday. Yeah, it's been an all right experience having COVID. Wasn't as bad as I was expecting because of the asthma, and it makes me feel human, which is terrible because I hate feeling human. Thank you to everyone who reached out and made sure I was okay. I appreciate that. I didn't go around telling everyone, or announcing on Facebook or anything that I have COVID, so I wasn't expecting a bunch of people to reach out to me, but for those of you who know and reached out and asked if I was okay, thank you. And for those of you who didn't, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. I'm just kidding. Until next week, I guess. Mary?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a baby.
You're negative, right?
I'm gonna have me a limoncello drink. That's strange. I didn't know what I was expecting. It tastes more like vanilla than lemon. Interesting. Oh, I thought that meant I was pregnant.
No.
Oh, guess we're gonna have to try again. Oh, yeah.
You Meg?
I mean, that's what it says.
We'll try again.
Okay, let's make out real quick
No,
though.
stay, wait.